some guys they meet a girl that asks for the money. Oh, this month I don't have enough money because I need to send back to the family. This is your responsibility not to support her, but to look at yours. Like, are you willing to do that? If you don't feel like doing that, I mean, you have to talk to her. When you are allowed her to like ask for the money continuously, they will keep asking.
What's the story, everybody? Pete here from Irish Times. Another interview for you today. We're going to meet a Thai woman called Ying. And Ying is originally from Isan, but she's currently living in Bangkok. And today we're going to have a conversation focused around Thai Western relationships. And the topics brought up in this video are if foreigners should financially support their Thai partner's family, the mistakes foreigners make with Thai women, and then do Thai women only want a foreigner for his money, and as well as Ying's experiences using dating apps. We got a lot to get into today, folks. These topics usually generate a lot of opinions from people, so put your opinions down below in the comment section. I want to read them. Let's get straight into it. Hope you enjoy it. Cheers. Ying, thank you very much for coming on the channel here. I'm excited to hear your story today. I've got all the questions in front of me. So tell everybody the I suppose the easiest one. Tell us about yourself and a little bit about your background.
So first of all, I'd like to thank for inviting me to, this interview on your channel. Really appreciate it. Actually, I reached out to you. So yeah, my name is Ying and I just turned 33 years old last week. 33, yeah. And my profession, I am working as an integration project manager in the tech company. And I am from Mahasarakham province, which is in Isan. And my background about education, I finished the university from Mahasarakham University in the faculties of humanities and social sciences. I registered in English major and educational administration minor. So I supposed to be a teacher and I used to be a teacher before. Yeah, I think basically that's my background.
You grew up in Mahasarakam and then you moved to Bangkok after you finished university. Is that right?
Yeah, I moved to Bangkok after I finished my university around 2014. So basically, it's been 10 years I've been in Bangkok.
Okay, cool. And what was life
Yeah,
like? The comparisons between Mahasarakam, I imagine it's quite a rural place compared to life in Bangkok.
it's really different to me. For the first time I moved to Bangkok, I find it really hard. I moved like to a lot of different places and area and even the jobs that I'm trying to figure out what I was interested in. And yeah, I mean, in terms of like people, obviously it's different because from my hometown, people are more like, we know each other and it's really easy to get along with them because we are local. But when moving to Bangkok, you have to, you know, learn about them, learn about their culture, and also like it's even more expensive as well. When you go out, you already have expenses. I get through it.
And you're happy what you're doing now in the tech industry.
Yeah, I am happy. I mean, from my background, I used to be a teacher and then I moved to Bangkok. I work in a hotel and I also work in more like tourist industry. And then I just changed my job again into like project management in the tech company. And I find it more like I find more opportunities in this field. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go for this one. So currently I have got an opportunity from my boss and it's really like helped me grow a lot from the last few months, from the last few years.
Well, okay, good, good. So you're
Mm-hmm.
definitely ambitious. And did you always have an interest in English? Because your English is really good.
Thank you. I really like study English since I was in high school. I mean, every school provided this program. And also when I was young, my dad just like supported me because he saw that I am interested in the language. So he sent me to the how to say the special school that you go after work. You go after study in a normal school, and in the weekend also like I went to language school, and also my family are like more into, you know, for example, like my uncle, he's living in America, so I kind of in this area, language area, and I find more opportunities if I know English. So that's why I'm like, okay, I will go for, learn more and know more and be able to speak.
I've had a look at your channel, and what kind of pops out at me is the videos you've made kind of covering the Thai Western dynamic relationships. You've had Thai women on your channel discussing that, and you've interviewed them. They're really good interviews. Let's talk about that for a second. What do you think foreigners need to know and understand if they want to date a Thai woman?
I think the most important thing is they should know about Thai culture. As you know that family oriented is really important in Thai culture. Like in the family member, they are very close and they are like supporting each other. Some foreigners don't understand why we have to be like very supportive for our family. That is the culture, you know. We have been taught to be like that, and we have been taught to be supportive. We have been taught to be respectful for our sibling, for our parents. So that is something that you have to like respect. And also the other thing I would say is about the communication. In terms of communications, I mean the language. Like Thai girls or Thai women, not many of them can speak English. So when you like to date them, when you like see the girl that your dream girl, your dream Thai girl, and they couldn't like communicate well in English, you have to accept that and understand that this is not our first language and we are trying to learn. It's not that we don't learn. So sometimes it's hard to communicate. And when you put like when you speak to them and when it's more complicated vocabularies or words and we don't like clearly understand, you make it angry you or you make it annoyed by that. So this is the thing that I want you to uh know or understand before you get into the relationship with Thai women. And the last one I would say about like generally we are quite easy. Easy means like we eat even on the street, we eat at the market, we sit on the floor. Like our culture is like that. So sometimes guys don't like the girl that eat on the street. I don't want to mention like every guys, but sometimes you don't understand why we eat at that place. Sometimes you think, oh, it's dirty, it's not clean. But for us, it's really normal to live our life like that. Mm.
Well, yeah, I mean, I love Thai street food. It wouldn't bother me. I mean, I think that's where the best food is. Why would you
Yeah,
could pay 500 baht in a restaurant,
it's cheaper.
get
Yeah,
it for 50 baht on the street, and it's nicer and more delicious.
yeah.
What about, you mentioned there foreigners kind of not understanding the Thai family dynamic. Do you mean that they get kind of frustrated? Like I know some Thai people they take care of their parents financially as their parents get older, which is very kind of different from the Western world, especially my generation. So I'm in my 30s, so I'm a millennial. That my parents would be baby boomers, and millennials are we're kind of in a tight bind financially, where the baby boomers, and especially in the Western world, hold a lot of wealth. They're quite wealthy, so we definitely wouldn't be supporting them. But it's kind of flipped
Mm.
around in Thailand. And do you think foreigners just can't get their head around that, or is it difficult for them to understand it?
I would say there are two types of foreigners. The first one who are willing to support in that part. So I'm not going to talk about that. But the other one that they don't understand, like I would say I want to be fair to both sides because some guys they made a girl that asked for the money that oh this month I don't have enough money because I need to send back to the family. This is your responsibility not to support her, but to look at yours like are you willing to do that? If you don't feel like doing that, I mean you have to talk to her. Like you have to communicate and find a solution together. But if it doesn't work, don't waste each other times. I mean, it's really simple. Besides, like they are complaining why this girl asks me for the money every time. but turns out you give to her every time as well. So when you are allowed her to like ask for the money continuously, they will keep asking. So you have to set your life, set your expectation, I think they will understand. But ignoring, not saying anything, and just like judgment and I mean just judge her by that, and put more pressure, and then that's just gonna destroy the relationship.
If I flip the question back around and I said, what is it that Thai women need to understand about Western men? What would you say?
So I would say the same. The first thing should be the culture. Like every guys from Western American, they all like have different family background and even the culture. The culture is another thing, and also the family background is also another thing because everyone was like growing in a different family background, have different like thinking mindset. Every family is really different, but yeah, if you're dating, for example, if you're dating a guy from America, you have to understand that culture. Yeah. And also the language, I would say like Thai girls um, should be able to speak language and be ready, be prepared to learn and to, know more the language, just to be able to speak with them or communicate with them. Because English is like the language that everywhere else like are using. So even it's good for you when for your occupation, for your job, if you are able to speak English, you have more opportunities than the one that don't speak English. So yeah, the first one, learn the culture from them, and the second one, the language. I would say if turns out like guys to do for a girl, like in the guy, I don't want to say that they should learn Thai because it's quite difficult. I would say that, but if they're willing to learn, I really appreciate that. But turns out that the woman should be learning more English and know more about that. So even when you're not with the foreigners, it's good for your like yourself, for a job, for your future.
The mistakes that you feel foreigners make in relationships with Thai women, what do you think those are?
I think sometimes foreigners are over judgmental. Yeah, for example, the simple one, like when us as a Thai girl supporting our family and they don't understand and they're saying like, oh, why you have to support your family? Why you have to send the money back to your family? They don't work or what, something like that. I mean, it's just back to the basic thing that you have to communicate with your women or your girlfriend. Why you have to do that? There is always a reason behind. So don't judge them by that too much. Like if you keep saying like many times, gonna annoy and destroy the relationship, and the girl gonna think like, oh, uh like why are you so like nonsense about this? Because this is our culture. And yeah, I think this is the one that is important.
Yeah, well, you know what? I can kind of understand. So I need to explain. I'll just give you a little bit of kind of the Irish situation, my culture, since I've
Okay.
come back over here. So like we get like every how it works. We you get your salary and then certain percent of your salary is taken off with tax, and you pay that over 40 years. And then when you get to 67 in Ireland, you get what's called a state pension. It works out probably close to maybe over 500,000 baht a year the government give you when you're old to live because you paid your tax all your life or whatever. But that doesn't
Mm.
exist in Thailand. It's like 500 baht a month, which is like €12 a month, which is, it's
Yeah.
it's you'd spend that on one meal like.
I think it's 600 baht for that. Right now, I think it's 600 baht. When you are like turning 60 years old, you will get the money from the government, like 600 baht per month.
Yeah, so the older people, where are they going to get money from? So you can kind of understand why Thai people would take care of their parents financially as they get older. So that's kind of the rationale behind it. Okay, so that's one mistake. Are there any other mistakes you think?
Uh, any other mistake?
We're a bit judgmental.
And I think when they are thinking that Thai girls are being so jealous, and they said like we are so drama.
That was actually one of my questions. So,
Yeah,
so
but that's just my answer.
look, a straight up honest, there is a kind of a reputation type with jealousy type. Some foreigners will say that Thai women are jealous. Are you saying that it's not true? It's a little bit true, or it's just what do you think?
For my opinion, it's not true. I mean, we are not jealous over nothing. There is always something that makes a girl jealous. It's not just about Thai girls. I mean, every girls over the world will have the same problem. Like, I don't think a girl would be okay if her guy like hanging around with another woman. So that cause already like jealous, right? If you are just, hang out with your guys, we're not jealous. We're just like letting you go. But if when the time comes, like you go with another type, like I mean, girlfriend, so that will cause to jealousy thing. Yeah, not over nothing. It's just always something.
Do you think there's a kind of a lot of cheating that goes on? That would be the reason why a Thai woman would be jealous because she knows that, like, okay, I've seen him texting another girl before, or there must be some reason behind it.
I don't know if there is a reason behind it, but in Thailand right now, I would say there are many girls, so many girls like around Bangkok. Like especially, I don't want to say that sometimes girls they don't care if a guy has a girlfriend or not. If you're going out and you meet someone and someone like you, and when they're not thinking the same as you, when they want a guy, they would just like go for it. Especially when you're a guy like, playing with them. So I would say that that comes from both sides. Some girls are really like that from my experience. Like if they want this guy, they don't care if you have if they have a girlfriend or not. And there are many girls, many women like guys. When guys go out, they can just pick whoever. So this is the truth, right? Many options here.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'd say that definitely true in Thailand, but I wouldn't say it's true back in the Western world. Not to the
Oh,
same
okay.
extent. I think it might be
Yeah.
even flipped around the other way. It's a women can do that in the West. A kind of a controversial question coming up. So some foreigners believe that Thai women only want a foreigner for his money. Do you think that that's a fair comment?
Think that is a fair comment because there are many Thai women in a relationship with a foreigner just for the money. And that's true. I mean, back when this thing like happened since I was like 20s, I've heard this kind of story and it really happens some of like people in my village. They also come work in Bangkok and they have got foreigner's boyfriend or foreigner husband. And all they got is like a new house, like a new car. So where they get that money from is from the foreigners. Like, so that's a fair comment. And I would say some guys, they're willing to give the money for the woman. So that's gonna be another story. Yeah. But if a guy that meet a girl that only asks for money, that's also going to be another story. It depends on you if you're willing to give her, or it depends on you, like you're going to pick this person or have this person in your life. So yeah, this is true and fair comment. I don't want to complain about that. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and then if you swing it back the other way, I suppose in the Western world, money's important as well. I mean, I don't think an Irish girl would be too impressed with an Irish guy if he was totally broke. I mean, you need to have money to buy things, to have a good standard of living. So it's important to a certain extent, but maybe it's not supposed to be the sole focus. I saw a video on your channel where you were discussing dating apps, and you
Mhm.
had you had your phone up on the screen and you were showing all the messages you were getting from all these guys on these different apps. And can you just talk about your dating experiences and using these apps and what's it like? Did you find that lots of guys were on it for one night stands, or did you find people looking at it for like long term serious relationships?
Both. I mean, a guy just overnight stand. I mean, they will just some guys they will just like be direct with that. They will put in the description what they're looking for, like for fun, for just hang out. So you know exactly what they're looking for. But another type of guy that really looking for a long term and something serious. I also meet that kind of guys as well. So they're both, yeah.
What are you looking for when you're on these dating sites? What would make you, swipe? Is it swipe right for like or whatever? What would make you attracted? Like, okay, I like this profile. Like, I want to talk to this guy.
Uh, First thing you will see, I think it will be the picture, right? It will be the photos of them, and then the description, and also about like what they put on there, and if they have put some interest, like what they are interested into. So I read off that, and then I would just, consider if this guy would be like worth to message to. So
But when you say
yeah,
photos, Ying, like what kind of photos we talking here? You want to see shirt off, or you're looking at a nice
no.
selfie, or you're looking for, is he on a beach? Is he climbing a mountain? Are you looking for activities?
I mean, I don't like a guy that put a photo with just showing off without shirt. I mean, you probably can use your photo like half of yourself and also the full photo of yourself. Yeah, so you can see like how you look like because you don't know anything about this person. The only thing that you can see is their, appearance on the photos. So make sure that you have like a great photo of yourself and not just a photo that just like showing off. I don't like a guy that puts the photo when they showing off what kind of cars they have or the nice restaurant or things like that. You can just put all the just photo of you. You don't need to show all that because later on we're gonna, when we talk, we're gonna find all that. Yeah.
I know you don't want to talk about too much about your private life, but are you single? Are you in a relationship now?
Uh, I'm not in a relationship or let's say I'm single. But I
And
used to be in a relationship with foreigner. Mhm.
okay, and I saw on your channel you've only dated foreigners. You haven't dated a Thai man in your life.
No, I have never dated any Thai guys in my life, just foreigner.
Okay, what is it that you like about foreigners?
Okay, I would like to share the story back when I was in university and I studied in English major. And the only thing I'm interested into that time is like learning language. So I joined a group, even Facebook or things like that, where everyone like learning English or, chatting. And it's not dating site, but it's a group of learning the language. So that time I think the guy, European guy just messaged me and then we start talking and then we have like match and we started to learn about each other. And then that was the first time I had a boyfriend. I have never had a boyfriend when I was in high school or I just met this guy when I was like 21 or 22. I think 21 around, yeah, when I almost finished the university, like third year. So we start talking and then yeah, I mean I was in this guy's like a long distance relationship. We were in a relationship for almost like 6 years. That's really long, right? And
Wow.
yeah, yeah. And then
And
I'm
did
just
you meet this guy
just
face
trying.
to face before?
He visited me after we talked for a while. He visited me in Thailand.
And like, what happened there? Why did you break up? 6 years is a long time.
I mean, because we kind of like cannot figure out how we're gonna do with like moving in together, you know. it's like he doesn't want to be, I don't want to say he doesn't want to be here, but we find it harder to move together. So we thought at that time like the best way to, to just let each other be happy is maybe we should just stick in our country. You know what I mean?
Yeah, where was he
And
from?
uh Austria.
Okay.
Mhm.
And was there talk of maybe you going over there?
Yeah, I visited him and his family as well. And we kind of like, I don't want to say that I don't like the country, but it kind of cold for me. And that time I just moved to Bangkok and I want to explore more about, working and being in Bangkok. And also when I went there, I feel like I don't want to say like I kind of like there's nothing to do. I don't know what to do like in terms of like job and I cannot speak German. So I find it hard when I think if I move there, it's gonna be really hard for me because if I have to, support my family or let's go back to that again. And I cannot ask for the money like, every time. And I want to have my own money. So I find it hard to learn the language. It's not that I don't want to, but that time I didn't know what I was thinking. But I just like feel like, oh, maybe this is not the right time. So we just broke up.
Ying, you have a channel. Tell us about your channel and what can we see going forward on your channel?
Yeah, so I have started this channel like a year, 2 years ago. It's been a long time and I stopped posting for a while because I also have a full-time job and it's really hard to me to find time and give the effort or put, times to that. But then I just want to do it again because I feel like I have to finish what I have started. So yeah, about my channel, it's gonna be like more about Thailand, Bangkok, traveling around Thailand, and also about dating advice.
Are you okay if someone was to approach you, say you're in a park or you're in a gym and someone was to come up talking to you and say like, "Hi, nice to meet you. My name is XYZ." Are you okay with that or because I know some Thai women don't really like that?
I mean, I'm okay with that. I mean, there's nothing wrong when people are like trying to talk to you. So yeah, I got approached like quite a lot, many times when I went to the park and also even on the BTS. It's like it's not annoying to just talk to you, like asking. And if you're interested, you can just like discuss more. But if the girl is not interested in you, she will say something else.
And what do you do if
Yeah.
you're not interested in someone's talking to you? Are you polite or are you just kind of like, no,
No,
what do you do?
I respect them. I mean, I'm gonna say like, oh, I'm sorry, I've got a boyfriend. Or
Okay.
I'm sorry, I have to do something. I'm in a hurry or something like that. Yeah.
So Ying, now that you're single again, do
Mhm.
you think that you might go back on a dating site again, or like, are you looking for love again, or are you just like, I'm just need to take time for myself?
I would like to take time for myself right now, but I'm very open. If you are asking me, I would register on any dating app, I would say not for now, but I'm not sure in a few months or later. But right now, I would like to focus on what I'm doing because I kind of like very busy with my full-time job and also, YouTube things that I just put, I just, give all I have right now just to put in this thing. So, but if on the way there is someone like talking to me and if there is someone coming in my life and then, we have something match or like kind of, I don't know how to explain, but work together. So I consider that as well. I'm not very like shut the door.
Yeah, you're kind of open to see how things go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, Ying, thanks for coming on here today. I'm gonna leave your channel link for your channel. I'll pin it as a comment down below so everybody can go over and check out Ying's channel.
Mhm.
Thanks very much.
Thank
Kun my
you.
cap.
ขอบคุณค่ะ thank you guys thank you Pete see you